Like I say, there are two stories here that make a big point. You know, in my story, who's telling the truth and who's full of monster black lies. When we were a young boy, when I was a young boy, me and Mike Bardwell, good friends, and he later became the mayor of Dis. We were over there playing on the hills on the common, and we heard this almighty bang, you know. And what happened here is they this used to be, to put another road in there, but this used to be your main Barry to Norwich Road, or Barry to Ipswich Road, and this was a crossroads. And what somebody in the highways used to do, one moment you had right of way in this direction straight across here, and you had right of way, and they had to give way, come from the right or left. And then they changed the right of way, so you had to give way here, and vehicles come from the right or left, they had right of way. And obviously some elderly people here thought they'd still got right of way, and they pulled out in front of a lorry. And I say there was this horrendous bang, you know, saying like a bomb going off. It was a really big bang, because we were like 200-300 metres away, and that really rung out. So me and Mike Bardwell, we biked over here, and we were first on the scene. And there was a car being pushed back here, an Austin, and the lady in the back seat, she was dead, but she was hanging out of the door. You know, false teeth were in the road. So you're only a couple of young boys, and there you are. That's the first time you've seen, you know, a really fatal accident. Someone's mother, someone's grandmother, you know, was laying at the back door dead, blood everywhere, people, you know, and it turned out later that was Alaric's mother, who was a member of this Christian Community Church, Hope Church now, you know, with their big Charles Manson, Sutcliffe, Fred West frame, myself, which was never the case, and saying that my going to Africa, you know, was a hoax and a con. Well, you got a yardie gang threatening to burn your mother alive in her car the next time they saw her. And as I say, we're all in range of the unexpected when you least expect it. You get trapped, you get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. And how much is your mother's life worth? It's priceless. You know, people accuse me of money, people accuse me of sex and donations and all these false accusations that, if they had been true, I would have served 18 months with a 3-year sentence, according to this police, Batman and Robin, Lambert and Lister. Yeah, but you know, they weren't true. And I also lost, you know, close friends to accidents too. You know, Ted Pretty, Freddie Sweeten, who was like a brother, just caught in the wrong place, the wrong time. Kevin Ritchie's, and we had Peter Black, Alistair Sloan died of illnesses. Jonathan Crosby, another dear friend. You know, they thought they'd isolated the electric, a top of electrical pole, and it hadn't been isolated properly, and he got electrocuted at the top of a pole. He worked for Eastern Electricity. And then Philip Hewitt, a good friend of mine, he came round on the Wednesday, was racing home from Bressingham on the Saturday night. He lost control of his car in Roydon, that overturned. He was trapped in his seatbelt, and that caught fire, and they couldn't get him out. I've shared before, you know, the Lord gave me Psalm 18 for Philip, trapped in the cords of death, yet I called upon the Lord. You know, Philip was someone who had faith, loved the Lord Jesus Christ, so he weren't saved in this world, but he's saved in the world to come. And he wouldn't be going into the eternal lake of fire, the second death, where a lot of people are heading, unless they turn around and avoid Satan the Fallen's, you know, eternal saw trap. But like I say, when you see clear cases, even from a young lad, of the unexpected, when you least expect it, that have been fatal. And it's like I also read, you know, where a yardie gang in London had burnt a woman with a hot clothes iron on her body and on her face. So, and then when God tells you, like down there in the phone box, you know, a race against time, when God tells you genuinely, you know, urgently to go. It was a genuine emergency, not one penny from anybody. You know, so people will have all their different take on why you do something or the reason you've done something, and that can just be full of monster black lies. But the truth is the truth. The truth will always stand the test of time. So, but that was and then up here, up that road there is another little story. I had Blaze, he was a collie, and he's a little bit sharp, and there's a golf course just over there, I'll show you in a minute, but he used to try and round up the golfers or nick their golf balls, but he was a little bit on the sharp side. He's still a bit young, lively, and that's common land up there. So I walked him over there because you wouldn't really come across anybody or any other dogs. So I took him for a good run around there. And as I was driving out this road over here, one of the lorry lads, the farmers around this area, the one who thinks he's the King of England, now he came roaring up to me on that piece of road you can see on the other side there, in a brand new BMW estate. Now if he'd have spoke civil, I said, what are you doing up here, I'd explain. Even though it's common land, it's not private property, it's all part of the common. But I'd have said what I just said to you, his dog's a bit sharp. But he didn't, he came up to me, roared up to me, you shouldn't be up here, this is private property. I mean, there was a little private sticker thing on that gate there, I didn't even see it, was about 4 inches long. But he was effing and blind and called me everything under the sun. And I said, sorry mate, you're going to have to get on with it. So I carried on driving, I just pulled away from him. So he put his BMW, brand new BMW, in reverse, roared down the side on me, battering into the side of my Volvo 360. And then he passed me and blocked off the road. So I thought, right, well I had enough now, I've got a £300 Volvo 360 and they are built like a tank, they got a metal cage in them. And I said to him, if you don't move your car, mate, I'm going to ram it out of the way. And I would have done, I backed up to ram it out of the way. And so then he roared off, backed up to his farmhouse that's just up there round the corner. So I turned around, went up to the farmhouse. He's then hiding behind his wife. So I said, all right. I said, give me your insurance details. He said, you're not insured. And again, this is all about the unexpected when you least expect it. I wasn't expecting this. And he said, you're not insured, you're on private land. I said, all right, call the police. He said, I'm not calling the police. I said, all right. So I went in one of his sheds. He said, what are you doing? And I was looking for a sledgehammer, but I couldn't find one. But I had steel toe cap boots on. And everywhere he'd put a dent in the side of my Volvo 360, I returned the favour and put a dent down the side of his brand new BMW, dent for dent. And I was arrested by I police, got took Trafficked police, or I police, got took over there. Told them what happened. Obviously they saw the dents down the side of my car that he'd done with his BMW. And I never heard anything more about it, but that's what I'm saying. We're all in range, and like I was saying earlier about Brian Goodman, Abel's Disc Taxi, Woodyard and so forth, all spreading. See, this is the one you have to watch out for. And the van, you don't want to disappear in the back of a van. Is all trying to stir up the Eastern Europeans in this. That I was the Sandringham serial killer, and I was responsible for the death of a 17-year-old girl. Well, Crown Chicken, over at Wadewood, Granswick, they done exactly the same thing. The supervisors, team leaders, managers, engineers, Skelton Road Assassins collaboration, filled all their Eastern European employees with the same monster lies, their big toxic slime monster pile of chicken shit full of monster lies. And just up there, a mile or so just up there, they've just opened their brand new state-of-the-art killer machine factory. It's meant to be the top chicken factory in Europe. So a lot of the Eastern Europeans, because Crown Chicken Wadewood where I worked, it's probably about 14 miles over that way, but now it's just right outside of this. So a lot of the Eastern Europeans who believed, the Granswick managers, Quattro agency, the big police collaboration that cost me my job on nights and then on days, and could have got my throat slit like a chicken's neck. They've just opened their new factory just up the road here, so a lot of those Eastern Europeans that were Yarmouth, Galston, obviously it's too far for them to travel now and do a 12-hour shift and then travel all the way back to Yarmouth and Galston, so they're all now moving to this area. I mean, I had a run-in with one of the Romanians. That's how I come from Romany Gypsy, so I'm not prejudiced towards. I've got Eastern European friends too, African friends, Asian friends. I'm not racial prejudiced. And some of them are great guys, and so I was with the Moldovians, but I had all the Romanians, there's probably about 40 of them on site, all rearing up against me, because one of them come through the plastic curtains wanting to fight me, looking deranged and demonic. And he came flying through these plastic curtains wanting to fight with me, but I was using a pressure washer at the time. That was a powerful pressure washer, and also I backed him off with a pressure washer. The Moldovians, I mean, they'd fell out with the Romanians. They were all backing me, and they thought that was brilliant, you know, because they knew what this guy was like. He always caused a lot of problems for everyone, and as I say, he came to cause me a big problem, and I backed him off with a pressure washer. Backed him right out the door. So that was almost like World War III on there, but as I say, that led to my suspension and a 15-day bogus investigation, police collaboration. Like I say, I never had a meeting. I was meant to go to a meeting, but was never called to a meeting, you know, to represent myself, put my case across against the big Grand Six manager serial killer lies, and never had. And then I got an email saying that you have been dismissed with immediate effect, but that was it. I didn't get anything in writing, because obviously they cannot back up their big monster pile of black chicken shit, Granswick pig shit, Norfolk Bacon-esque collaboration, which they're all now up to the necks in. But that don't take away the problem that you got a load of Eastern Europeans working up there now who have all moved to this area, along with all the Eastern Europeans in this, have all been sold this big monster lie, you know, that I'm the Sandringham serial killer responsible for the death of a 17-year-old girl. So, just like this lady here, Alaric's mum, took a fatal hit. Yeah, I just come back to this, get a bath, clean clothes, freshen up, and then, you know, I'll be on my way again. Got a nice couple of days coming up, yeah, and I normally don't go by bike, I just travel light down the footpaths, yeah, and I say, you can be biking along and you can end up in the back of a van, or you pick up with big bull bars, you just take a big hit and that's game over for you. They disappear and you're left lying down a ditch, bust up. That's if you don't disappear in the back of a van. But the thing is, yeah, I've mentioned several videos, there is always those who will do other people's dirty work. And obviously Norfolk Police discounts will be very happy if I disappear. And all their spies, cronies and informers all stirring it up. You know, as I say, recently the crackheads in this wanted to crack my frame fixed head. And this police just came and gave them a smack on the wrist, you know, so all their death threats, monster black lies, you know, on my phone, sent to me on Facebook, on Messenger and so forth, just give them a smack on the wrist. But there is a lot of people who want to make a name for themselves and make me disappear, or they will pay other people to do their dirty work. So always the one you want to watch. You don't want to end up, you know, taking a big hit, you know, anywhere, anytime. Anyhow, God bless, keep safe, and speak again soon. Bye.